Hi, um, this is my ATX64, a Commodore 64 clone in ATX form factor. It can be bought from uni64.com and not in assembled state. It's just the PCB you buy. But yeah, I finished soldering what I need to solder. Um, at the moment, I'm waiting for the chips, but I've what do you call it? I measured voltage levels on all sockets, continuity test, ground connections, if any sockets were bridged, and well, that sort of stuff. Uh, I inserted the logic chips and I tested it with power on, and it seems okay. I guess I did an okay job. But yeah, little close inspection. This is not straight. That is because the ATX, it's too tall for ATX case. So I had to put it on in an angle. But that's the only cosmetic well, issue or failure or error or something that I've done. But on this riser card there's what's called cassette and user port. There's sound. I was unable to source a white one, so well, the left channel it's black, and there's a composite, a super video, and serial or IEC port. Well, you can call it floppy disk port, and then audio video. On the board, I chose precision sockets or rounded pin sockets for, well, everything. I tried to keep the components straight as much as I can. Not the best job. The ROM chips, they are all combined into this AT28C256 chip, or this ROM chip. It needs to go there, right there, and there's the cartridge port. On the board itself, there are dual SID sockets, SID 1, SID 2. The SID, it can use the old and the new SID, like 12 and 9 volts. And I can choose if each chip will be left or right. And there are some other settings, like I can choose 5880 digifix. I have no idea what it is. And then there's a 1K. I guess that's for a resistor or something. I have no idea what that is. The second SID chip can be the memory mapping or memory address can be selected D420, D500, D520, DE00, and DF00. That's selectable by jumper. Up on this audio video, there's a built-in Lumafix, and there's a mono jumper. Sorry. Right there, that's a pin header for a Pi 1541, and there's a plug or a jack or whatever, a port for an internal floppy drive. Moving now, I can, well, let's see, there's the VIC-2 CPU and the 2 CIA chips. But down here there are 2 crystals, NTSC and PAL, and there's a jumper NTSC and PAL, and there's a jumper here NTSC, PAL, and up here there's a jumper for voltage. That means this board can run with old and new VIC-2s. It can run with old and new SID. It can run with NTSC and PAL. For the voltage regulator, there's a step down converter. Takes the 12 volts, steps it down to 5, and there are 2 step up, 5 volt in, 9 volt out, 5 volt in, and 12 volt out. There's a power switch, ATX power switch. It's marked with power on, and I can actually use one or another 12 to 5 volt regulator. There's a power LED header, and I can solder on a power LED directly to the board. What else? Oh yeah. It can use a barrel jack power supply. That thing is also an option. So basically this is a modular ATX form factor Commodore 64. If you look carefully, all SID jumpers are red. All VIC-2 jumpers are green. It's just a cosmetic thing. And down here there are jumpers. You can see them. It's not that they are hidden, but those 2 jumpers, they are for port X and port Y. I believe that is the mouse or paddle selection, and what they can do is to independently choose if you want this port or this port to be your mouse paddle port. That's rather great, because some games might want to use one port for joystick, the other port for mouse or something. It gives options. I have chosen this ATX plug, so yeah, it was the easiest one for me to source. I've ordered a VIC-2, the old VIC, revision 5 for this board. I have ordered an ARM SID for the SID. I have ordered the, I think it's 8500 for the CPU. It produces less heat and, well, it's basically just the same as the 6510. I've ordered a TOLB, TOLB TOLB, the 8701 replacement chip, and I've ordered a modern SRAM to to make sure I don't have this vertical screen scroller bug, or what it's called. But yeah, that's my ATX. I've done finished. Well, I've done soldering it. It's finished. Every test with my multimeter turns okay, I guess. Not guess. It does turn okay. It's okay. It's perfect. I think it's 0.03. Yeah, the 5 volt is not 5, it's 5.03 volt. The 12 volt is, well, it's around the same, 0.05 or something like that. And it's the same with the 9 volt. Ground checks out. I did not bridge any pins on the sockets or the edge connectors, so I guess I did a good job. But yeah, that's my ATX64 home built. When I bought it, I was the first one to buy the blank PCBs here in Denmark, and as far as I know, there are less than 5 here in Denmark. So hopefully I will be the first one to power it on and to have it running and to test it. Oh yeah, you might wonder what that is. That's a cardboard, to make sure it does not short circuit. Yeah, it doesn't interfere with the pins on the cassette and user port. One thing though, if I have to give one critique of this board, that's the riser card, or cards, or what's called, these two. I have no idea if the pins are related. If I could take this and make a card. What I do know, this is not ISA. A lot of people on Reddit think it's ISA. It's not ISA. There's 2 pins less, and the gap between the short and the long it's moved back. So basically, I think I have an ISA card here, an old one. And as you can see, yep, it's not ISA. There you go. So everyone asking, oh, what is those ISA cards? They are not ISA, and they have never been. It's modular 64 slots, named after the modular 64 machine, I believe. But they are modular 64 slots and not ISA, and they will never be. It's the edge connector just uses, well, somewhat same basic technology, but that's just the edge connectors. Same color, same height, but it's not ISA. Yeah. It's not my best solder jobs, but hey, this is the third big project that I've ever done in my life. The first one was around 1990, I believe. It was a variable power supply that I built in primary school in 7th grade in 1990. And then at the start, or I think it was, well, on March this year, I finished my SixtyClone revision 250/466. That was my second big project in my life, and this is my third. So yeah, sorry if it's not that great. I don't think it's that, well, I guess it's okay put together. The jumpers are straight, but the absolute worst thing, that's the two riser cards. There's no standard or stock parts that I basically had to build it and find the right height of the copper standoffs. If anyone asks, they are just these stock standard ones that comes with a PC case. You know, once you mount a motherboard on. But yeah, I will say thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you for watching. And I will make an update once this board is running. Yeah, thanks for watching.